Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm absolutely delighted to welcome the main man. It's been a while since we did a collaboration. It's very good to have him back. As you can see on the screen, guys, it's Drawnbydre. Just look at the little feed at the bottom, guys. It tells you the information about his channel, his YouTube channel, of course, and his Instagram. So you can check that out. It's Drawnbydre anyway, just to say, guys. He can plug it a bit as we get into it. We have a little thing what we're going to talk about. Obviously, it's going to be Arsenal. Also, we're going to talk about England and their chances of winning the Euros, about the semi-finals, how we see it panning out. So let's just get straight back into it with a little talk about the signings Arsenal are supposedly making, if you can believe it, guys. What they have done, what they haven't done.
Yeah.
We're going to get straight back into it. You want to say a few words before we drive on into it? You want to plug your channel? It's up to you.
Yeah, I'd just like to say it's been a while since Old School's posted. I mean, like a live stream talking about like Arsenal and everything. So thanks for having me on.
I had a bit of a burnout. I posted.
Yeah, haven't gone out yet.
I posted for 1 month, every single day, to see would it do anything.
I remember.
Money for my channel. So then I just took a little break, and then I left London, and then I arrived in Venezuela, and now I'm here enjoying the summer for a while. So that's it.
Good stuff, man. Yeah, just like to say thanks for having me on the channel yet again. And
you're welcome.
Yeah, and thanks for that shouting my channel out and everything. So yeah, just to touch on what Old School was saying, I do a podcast called Possession Based Podcast with me and my good friend. So every week we get either like guests, like some of our friends. Sometimes Old School we've had like we're about to get another couple more Arsenal guests on, but we've had like Old School, we've had Northside LDN, we've had and I forgot someone else. That's bad. I forgot, but my apologies. But yeah, and some of my good friends who do YouTube as well. So yeah, just want to, as a collective, have share thoughts on Arsenal and everything at the moment within football. But because of the seasons died out all of a sudden because of the Euros and everything, so we mainly like to keep it club based. But I did release a show a couple of weeks ago about the Euros, our predictions and everything. Looking back on the show now, you can see that Portugal and France and everyone doing well. They're out at the moment, so do you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's all crazy at the moment. But yeah, just like to say blessings. Thanks, Old School, again for having me on again. And yeah, let's get started.
Okay, let's get into it. Basically, I'm going to talk a little bit about the signings. We try to keep it moving like that, keep people going. Arsenal have signed for the ladies team, guys, Nikita Paris from the French Division 1 side, Olympique Lyonnais. She's a 27-year-old striker. So just thought I'd put that in there with the ladies team. They have a new striker. Also, they have a new coach, guys. They have a new manager. They have a Swedish coach. He's come from the Swedish side of Rosengard, Jonas Eideval. Don't know anything about him, guys, but there you go. They have a new coach, the ladies team, and they have a new striker. They're looking obviously to do a bit of business.
Yeah, so just
more for the ladies.
Just to touch on that, apparently the French striker was apparently our record signing for women's. I just done some research as well. Apparently she's the highest paid we played, like how Pepe was for us. So basically the equivalent to Pepe. And this new Swedish manager we've got for the women's team apparently brings Champions League pedigree to the side, because before no one knew how to win Champions League, but apparently this guy is one. I'm not too big on the women's thing. I don't really watch it like that, but I do keep tabs now and again. It's like I don't watch it like goes if it's on, maybe, I don't know. If it's like Arsenal Tottenham, maybe. But I just my opinion, I don't watch it. But
the game is developing. It's getting more professional as it goes. So it's nice to give them a little bit of coverage, and that's why I did it, because their game is developing and they deserve some credit for that. And it's also Arsenal Football Club. It's still the Arsenal Football Club. So things are looking good for them. It's all Arsenal, like you said. It's good you did a bit of research on that. But if you check arsenal.com, the official website of the club, there's many videos with Nikita Paris welcoming up to the club, the photo shoot, her thoughts. All of that is included in it. Arsenal.com, guys, let's check out the official website. All right, let's drive on with that. Now, the big talk. The signings for the men's team, the Arsenal first team. I'll be honest, I don't know what's going on myself, to be honest. because they're linked with a lot of players at the moment. I have the list of them here, and there's many of them. It might be, it mightn't be. So I have 4 players here.
Everyone.
You know who it is. The first guy is Ben White, the Brighton defender.
Ben Shite.
Made 2 bids. Yeah, Arsenal made 2 bids for this guy. 40 million. They got shot down. Now it's 42 million is the bid at the moment, with 4 million in add-ons. But Chelsea are coming in, guys. So I don't know. What do you think, Trey? What do you think about it? You think we have a chance again?
Well, I think if it's above the 35 million mark, he's not worth it one bit. I mean, like, I think Arteta is looking at it from a versatile point of view, saying that White can play centre back, he can play in a free back, he can play as a right-sided centre back / a right back. He's very versatile, but we do need a specialist in the positions that we need. There's no point in having two people that are versatile, but they can't play the position properly. It's like a Granit Xhaka, for example. He can play left centre back, he can play left back, but he's not good at it. Do you know what I mean?
For the right position.
Exactly. But with that, I think he's overpriced. Is it like how we're saying about Maguire being overpriced and Stones, when Stones was 50 million and Maguire was 80? But this guy's about the same price as Stones, and I don't think he's even touched Stones' quality. I mean, like, because he made the England team doesn't mean like he's qualified, because the England defenders are quite rubbish, but they're having a good tournament at the moment, as you say. But I think 40 million onwards is overpriced for him. There's plenty of other people there. And in my opinion, we could just spend properly in better areas. I prefer Lewis Dunk, to be honest, because he's experienced. 2, he knows how to sort out his line. He's a leader. 3, he's vital from set pieces. He can take a set piece and he can score a set piece. Simple as. He's the better option, but we won't go for him because he's too old and he don't fit our regime.
He's a player with experience, but definitely, like you said, 40 million. Now it's at 42 million with 4 million add-ons. That's a lot of money for a player. Yeah. And we're not Manchester City. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It needs to be the right player, like you said, for the right position. It needs to be, because we don't have that money that Chelsea and City have, and we can just splash a bit out and take a chance on a player. We need to get it right first time. That's why the guys that do the transfers, that's why the guys that go have a look, they need to have a look at the right player. They need to sort that out. But time is moving on. I don't know, like, it's moving on very fast. The new season is going to be here soon. We're not making moves. I don't know, that's how I see things. Not be negative, guys, but there's a lot of competition. Chelsea coming for this guy now, he'll be priced out of the market for us anyway, because we can't compete with him financially.
Yeah, anyway, we can let Chelsea overbuy and waste their money, but it don't matter, because they're still going to come. Chelsea could buy 270 million.
We'll give them Bellerin.
Yeah. You can give him them.
Then you can be like,
and William, we can give him William for free.
Man, it's been Okay, Albert Lokonga, that is the next guy, 21-year-old playing with Anderlecht. There was also talk we were linked to him. No, it's gone very quiet. If you check all the teams, he's still at Anderlecht. He's still on their books. So I don't know.
I heard he was a done deal.
Yeah, if you check it, he's actually still signed to Anderlecht. So I honestly don't know. Like, 3 of the headlines say he's still with Anderlecht, and 1 of them says it's a done deal. Yeah, go figure. I don't think it's been officially announced, but check it out for yourself. He's still on with Anderlecht, so I don't know.
Yeah, if he's still signed with Anderlecht, then obviously he's still part of their squad. Yeah. There's so many links saying we've signed, we're linked, it's so confusing with Arsenal, because there's so many fans in high demand that want to see some action from Arsenal. So of course they're gonna say, some journalists are gonna say that where we've signed, we've linked, just to get us excited. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think we need to wait, honestly.
Yeah,
Arsenal, we've seen from past seasons that Arsenal are the type of club to go buy 1 week, buy next week, buy another week. We like to leave it till the end, till transfer deadline day, then get excited, and then it's typical Arsenal. We never prepare. Then we complain that they don't have a pre-season. Well, it's not our fault you waited so long to sign them. So
exactly. They need to be getting the players now, to have them signed, to have them ready. We just have a comment there. We just have a message. I don't know, can you see it? Eddie,
I see it.
Interesting name there. Anyway, welcome, Eddie. all this talk about spending big on players that Arteta want Ben White and Tavares. What if Arteta gets sacked in December? We'll have spent a bunch of money on specific players for Arteta. That's a fair point, but I honestly can't see the club sacking him in December. Not this year.
Yeah. No.
They look like they're going to back him to the hilt. And anyway, even if we do buy those players, like this guy Eddie Mango says, even if we do buy those players, so what? The next manager that comes in,
we'll use them.
Use for them. You know what I mean? Quality is quality. Quality is quality. It doesn't matter who the coach is when he comes in. If the players are good, the players play. Simple. Team is going to be even better with a new manager. So we need players anyway. Bottom line, we need players now, today, not tomorrow. All the other clubs are making moves and we're standing still. It's like you said, they complain then about pre-season. Sure, that's not our fault they didn't get pre-season because, like you said, they leave it till the last week.
Yeah.
There you go.
Their own fault. Yeah. I mean, they just beat their own question. But going back to about getting sacked in December. I mean, did you see our form in the last December 2020? That form, November, December time when we were losing, drawing. I mean, it was crazy. But I mean, if they're not going to sack him in that December, I mean, it could only get better. I hope they can't get worse, can it? There's no. Oh my God! Imagine we have another December like that. That's going to be the worst. And he won't get sacked because they're going to back him, and he's a yes man. So I think he'll take something crazy for him to get sacked. I don't know. Something behind the scenes. I don't think.
Bring back Wenger. All is forgiven. Come back, Arsene.
Yeah.
But it's like you said. But man, that was a bad time that December of last year, and I really don't want to repeat of it. But we know that they're not going to get rid of Arteta. We can talk a little bit about that later about Mikel because linked in with the takeover of the club. That's also planned to talk about. And Nuno Tavares at Benfica. He looks a very good player. I mean, the guy's got real talent. But I don't know. It started off like a whirlwind. We had him. It was in the bag. He was signing. What have you heard about it? Because if you look at it now, it's gone very quiet again. I haven't heard. Did you hear he signed?
I've heard on Twitter and social media. There's loads of talk about Tavares nowadays, saying about sign that, announce him. I think behind the scenes he's been done because I've heard new rumors. Sorry, he's in London at the moment because he's Portuguese. The barrier or something with COVID, he's allowed to come over, whatnot. But looking at Tavares, I mean, this is gonna sound silly, but you know the game FIFA. I've signed him for so many years, and he's got so much high potential. He's bow-footed, as I can tell. He's quick. He's European, which will help. Have more European players in our team. But I think he's quality. He's got good potential, and he knows that at his age he's not going to be a first choice. He's going to be a backup to he's going to be a backup to Tierney. And because Tierney's a high injury profile player, he's going to get a lot of minutes because if Tierney gets injured, there's no point playing Xhaka, Cedric, or whoever we got there at left back. Why don't we sign a proper left back, which is what we've done in Tavares, and he's got time to develop. Because I don't think Tierney's going to be fit for the whole season. He never will. He's going to not pick up injuries.
He also plays high intensity. He plays high tempo. Tierney plays. He puts it all on the line. So he wins those games. He wins those games. So
I think, and he can play both sides of the pitch. He can play as a right back and he can play as a left back. But it's preferred position.
He's a two-footed player. That's a good point, though. Back up for Tierney. It's very necessary because Tierney plays with high intensity. He does get injured. When he's out, we suffer. I mean, it would be good to have a player. He's a young guy. He's fit and he's strong. The Portuguese players, they are I'm Irish. They are that bit better than Irish players technically on the ball. They do have technical skill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're very good technically. So to have a Portuguese player in there, good technically on the ball, he can pass and he can move. Comfortable there.
And when he fits in the team,
forward.
When he fits into the team, his left side centre back, his companion Gabriel, same language. Up above him, who's he got? Martinelli, same language. You know what I mean? It's like a little triangle. It's like a little L shape there where they've got their own connection. Them three can play ball themselves. They don't need no one else. Them three, when they get on the left hand side,
all green on one side. That's good.
Yeah, exactly. We just need Bellerin out of the team. Honestly, I hate that guy. Honestly,
And Shaka, man, Shaka.
I don't understand how he's
You know,
not gone
Shaka
yet.
had good Euros, but he is brutal when he plays for Arsenal.
Yeah, honestly,
Brutal.
he's crap.
I don't like that player. Him and Bellerin. My God, and that blonde hair. What's that about? Like, you know what I mean?
Ah,
Like,
don't get me started, mate. Don't get me started.
he looks like a doll.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just wanna answer this comment from Lukman Hassan. Thanks for tuning in, and Eddie Mango. Thanks for both of you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, please. We much appreciated. But Lukman, when we were in that place, I mean, like both me and Old School don't really have links to the club, so we get it as when everyone else gets it. To be honest, I mean, you could be on Twitter and looking at those journalist pages. I mean, like Fabrizio Romano. There are some Arsenal fan pages. There are some Arsenal Twitter pages. I mean, don't trust AFTV because then they'll feed you information because it's so big. I mean, like they're gonna feed you information from everywhere. I think just go for
Look what they did to Mo. I'm not going to
yeah.
say let's just move on.
Moving on. Yeah, just as I say, if you just look at the Arsenal website maybe and just I don't know promote Arsenal as well, which we're talking about, but yeah, if you just look online and just look what everyone else is saying, I mean, it's what everyone else is thinking as well. Maybe rumors.
Sports News.
We'll
Sky Sports News. You can find a lot of information there. Yeah, we're not connected to the club like Drawnbydre said, so we can't actually help you out, guys. But check that out. But obviously, you check our channels at any time. Okay, what do we think of Renato Sanchez?
My God, he is an absolute baller. I love him at Arsenal.
Fantastic.
I love him at Arsenal.
Yeah. But obviously, he's not going to come. But
he's not going to come.
No, he's not going to come. Lukman Hassan, but he's a fantastic player, and I would love to have him at the club. The guy is a serious talent, animal strong. I compare him to Xhaka, man against boy. It's a man against a boy out there. Brilliant player, one of the bits. He's not going to come. Let's keep our feet on the ground a little bit.
But we can dream.
Okay, let's talk about Manuel Locatelli. He's playing for Sassuolo at the moment, Italian international. Yeah. We were linked with him too. I know it's gone quiet. Yeah, Hassan is talking about Locatelli. I'm just talking about Locatelli. Okay, what do we think about him? Is he even going to come to the club? Have you heard anything about that? I mean, it's like getting blood. There's no info going on.
From Xhaka to Locatelli is a massive upgrade. I mean, he's faster than Xhaka. He's better than Xhaka overall. I'm not going to go over individually. He's better than Xhaka overall. But he'll be that person that we need in the team. Him and Partey next to each other will solidify. I mean, will help us. Will help us to help our defenders. I mean, he's just a baller. Honestly, I mean, him, Renato Sanchez, Basuma, them three I'd take in a heartbeat. I mean, we need to sell first, but Locatelli 100% I'd buy, but I don't really think he's coming. I mean, like I heard Juventus is interested in him, and who would turn down Juventus? Just the fact of having Ronaldo there. It's just better than having who you've got at Arsenal. You've got Bellerin in the team. Willian, have a day off, son. Honestly, you got Locatelli, and no, if we were to get Locatelli, that'll be serious movements from Arteta, but he won't get it. He'll get someone that we never heard of before. But that's just it.
Yeah, there's a lot of good players in the reserves, in fairness. Too many to mention. They could do worse than look in the reserves. I see they're loaning out a lot of players now. They're loaning players out to Brentford, this, that. A lot of these young players, they should actually be given a chance.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that out there. I mean, we have a lot of players in the Arsenal reserves.
Reece Nelson, Balogun still.
Yeah, there are a lot of good players there. And I mean, the guys have playing in England. They know the score. It wouldn't be a bad thing to bring up two of those players. Not to save money, not because we don't have the finance to get the players we need, but as support, as backup. Maybe one of them is a left back that could also play when Tierney is injured. As backup to signing. I mean, you can never have too many players like that. I mean, and these players are young and fit. And if they're in the Arsenal setup, I'm guessing they're being trained correctly. I mean, they can't play football. I mean, we're just putting that out there. They tend to overlook that the whole time. I mean, was it at Liverpool? Was it Trent Alexander-Arnold? And he came up from their youth team. They didn't buy him.
And Curtis Jones. That Curtis Jones, the centre midfielder. He's a good player.
Exactly. They didn't buy those guys. So why can't we do that? We've got nobody good there that we can bring up. Of course, we have. There's bound to be two guys that are good enough. I mean, we better than Bellamy.
Saka, who else we got? Saka, Smith Rowe. Who else? There's one more. There was Reece Nelson, Nketiah, Willock.
Nketiah, big fan.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the future brings.
Right. Now, let's get talking about the next point. Patrick Vieira is the new manager of Crystal Palace. I was delighted to hear the news, and it's going to be a very interesting season for us. Oh, Drawnbydre, if you want to take that question there and just plug your channels for Lukeman.
What is your YouTube channel, Drawnbydre? My YouTube channel is just Drawnbydre, as you can see. Just copy what my thing says right here. Where it says Drawnbydre, my channel name. That's what it is in one word. Drawnbydre, and yeah, thanks for subscribing if you're going to and like the videos, and yeah, I'll be posting content soon.
At the bottom of the link, and you can see it at the bottom of the podcast here. Look at the link, and it tells you all about Drawnbydre and about his podcast.
Oh,
you should subscribe to him, Luke, man. Do yourself a favor. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks.
So let's get back to the main man, the king, one of the greatest players to ever play for the club. He's going to be there. I think he's going to subscribe. Nice. You got a subscriber. Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. He did score. Yeah, Patrick Vieira. He's been named the manager of Crystal Palace. Of course, we're going to have a long derby with him. He's going to be in the Premier League. It's going to be very, very interesting. Of course, he was connected to Daniel Ek. He was one of the former players along with Bergkamp and Henry that tried to make that takeover bid go through. But what do you think about it? He's manager of Palace now. Do you think one day he might actually step up and manage Arsenal? I would take him in a heartbeat over a tenner. In a heartbeat.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, this is the thing with Vieira, right? He knows he's not the best manager. Same as Henry. They both know they're not the best managers. They know what they're worth. They know they're not the best, and they know what they could and can't do for Arsenal. Whereas Mikel Arteta, the greedy bastard, wants to come straight away to Arsenal, put us in the place that we are now. Whereas if he knew, and if he didn't accept the job and say, okay, cool, it's not what I've got in mind. I mean, I want to go and learn experience like how Gerrard is at Rangers. I want to go to a different, easier league and learn experience, learn my craft. I'm not coming my straight job to Arsenal. I mean, just going to put yourself in pressure, mate. But in my opinion, it's not Arteta's fault because the club offered him the job. But it's not Arteta's fault. But you know, if you're a fan and you play for the club and you love the club, you know your craft, your skills and assets aren't what Arsenal need at the moment. I mean, you can try your best, but at the end of the day, if it's not the best, just leave and just.
I'm not a fan of Mikel Arteta. I like him, respect him. He loves the club, but his management style, the decisions he makes, substitution, the whole lot, his management, he's not at the required level we need. I mean, even to finish top 4, he can't get us there. There's no way. A couple of FA Cup wins here and there, man, we're further away from winning the league now than we ever have been. And Everton, teams like that. I remember the last time I did the podcast with you, and one of the guys that you have regularly on the podcast, it's the truth, it hurts, but Everton have leapfrogged us actually. I mean, a club, no disrespect to them, we're slipping and we're slipping and we're sliding. What happened in the past, our past tradition, history, pedigree, 13 league titles, how many FA Cups, that counts for nothing now. Right now, this moment, we have never been further away from that point. I mean, I was wishing Arsene Wenger to leave. I was hoping and praying that man would go. Overstayed his welcome, in my opinion, and that might sound disrespectful now, but there you have it, guys. Arteta has come along, okay, after Unai Emery, but it's like a nightmare. I mean, and the guy is like stuck in the position, and no one's going to dislodge him, and no one's going to move him. We're not even looking for a manager. Man, I'm not a fan of Arteta anyway. I mean, look at the Europa League semi-final, man. Look at the Europa League semi-final. Shocking performance. I was in work in London watching that with a Chelsea fan. Myself and one of the lads. We were in London, working in the warehouse. We were watching it on the big screen with a Chelsea fan. I mean, laughable. They went in and they won the Champions League. I mean, say no more about it. Oh man, the performance against Villarreal. And Unai Emery was laughing all the way to the bank, lads. Wasn't he not? It was just Arteta.
And he won it. And he won it as well. I mean, just to reflect back, just go back on Vieira, because we went on Arteta for a bit. I mean, like, for Vieira, I mean, we heard so much about this Daniel Ek takeover bid, which I think you're going to get to in the future questions that you're going to ask.
Yeah, I have that.
With the Daniel Ek bids, I just want to touch on that now. He said that he had 3 legends: Henry, Vieira, and Bergkamp alongside him to take over the club. I mean, not probably with their money, but with their support and help. One of them's gone to manage. Second one manages the Belgian team. If you watch the Euros and you see Henry coaching Lukaku,
Henry's involved.
Quality, and then you see Vieira going now to Palace. The bid is not going to happen. Kroenke's here to stay. We just better sit tight and just help and just wish for the best, because I don't think anything's going to change. I think I'm contemplating buying the kit now, because I mean, what use is my £60? Do you know what I mean? I might as well just give it to the club or buy it off someone else, which is cheaper. I think, to be honest, in my opinion, Arteta, Kroenke, Edu, all of them not here to stay. But the best thing that we can do is get a better recruitment team in. Some people who don't go buy 30-year-old Chelsea rejects and buy poorly choiced defenders like Ben White when we have Saliba there. I don't understand our club recruitment at the moment, but my opinion, it needs to change, and that's the best thing. That's the thing we got to aim for. Kroenke ain't gonna sell. And there's no way he's gonna sell. He said he don't need the money himself. It's not about that, mate. It's about what you're doing with the club. How you're gonna make us go forward rather than make us stay still. We can elevate and go higher. Or we can descend and go lower. But he's keeping us here. We're steadily going down. We need to be up there with Chelsea, Chelsea City, Liverpool, United. Even United spend. They just bought Sancho. Do you know what I mean? The fans complain about we don't spend. We just put you. They've got the most expensive defender, expensive midfielder, and expensive forward in the league, and they want to talk about they don't spend money. It's your manager. Just to touch on United, because I hate United. But yeah, in my opinion, Arteta needs to have a better recruitment team alongside him. I mean, Edu. I think Edu's the key one that needs to go. If it's between Arteta and Edu, because
we're all a bunch of yes men.
Well, I mean, Edu, I don't know. He's just as bad as Arteta. He needs to cut as well. But Vieira learning this craft at Palace, I respect it. I mean, I love it. We're going to see a lot of good players coming through now. We're not going to see those 30-year-old Connor Wickham and all them people. What's that other guy called James McArthur in midfield anymore? No. Less of that. We're going to see more youthful South London talent coming through. I mean, it'll be great. It'll be great to see.
Vieira was at New York. He was at New York City, wasn't he? The football club, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Wasn't he coaching there as assistant or?
He was something in the mid. Yeah, he was there. I forgot what he was there. He was learning. See, that's what Arteta should be doing. Learning, not going straight to a full-time manager.
If he doesn't accept assistant manager, he should walk away.
Yeah. But my opinion, I think Vieira Arsenal Palace will be a good one to watch this season.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. Maybe we can have Crystal Palace as our second team. Who knows? When things are going bad, we can just take out the Crystal Palace jersey and put that on, and then feel better. Yeah. And get Vieira on the back of it. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. We can give them Bellerin. They can give us Zaha. We can do that.
In August, I might start following Crystal Palace. It'll be old school Palace.
Old School Palace.
Old School Palace. Check out my channel, Old School Palace. But no, it's like, jeez. I wish Vieira all the best. I was absolutely delighted when I heard the news. It actually made me happy because that guy was a great player for us, likable character, and he's a winner.
He was a legend.
He's a winner. He wins things. and he pissed off Roy Keane. So respect to him. Anyone that gets on Keane's nerves, he's all right by me. Keane is Irish, but that's where it ends. No, see.
Oh, old school. Just some guy dropped a comment saying, Rickardo.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna take that one quickly.
Okay. Arteta will always go to play Holding because he has experience in the Premier League, but Saliba need time. Holding is very poor in the air. He is poor. I have a bit of time for Holding. I don't know. He's all right, you know. He's not that bad. Saliba, to be honest, to me, Saliba is a bit of an unknown quantity. I don't know how good or how bad that guy is. We loaned him out. I think he's going to be signed maybe now on a full-time contract there. Yeah, looking for stock for players, we should probably bring him back. But honestly, Holding, things a bit harsh on him. I have a bit of time for him, actually. He's not a bad player. I know, what do you think about Holding? Think he's rubbish?
I think, yeah, completely pants. Honestly, when you're losing, I'm being honest. If you're losing,
this guy said he can't head the ball. He can't head a ball or two. He's not that bad of a
when it's defensive, when it's attacking ones, he's all right. When it's time to defend, he's quite crap. I mean, when it's the moments that it's hard to explain. I think when it's like the late moments when we need everyone to be on side and be a team and defend, everyone needs to defend. He's great. He's great at doing that. But when it's time to when he's one-on-one with a defender and he can get spun, he got spun by Grealish. He got bumped by Grealish. He got out jumped in the air by Jota and Sterling. They both scored headers against us, against Holding, basically. That's twice, man. Come on. I think if that game against the Emirates, when City won 1-0, was it 1-0 or something? When Sterling scored the only goal,
yeah.
I think honestly, he could have dealt with that. I mean, how you getting out jumped in the air by Sterling? And just to take your second comment, do you like Holding? I guess Ben White looks like a proper defender. Well, Ben White, I prefer Ben White over Holding, to be honest. If it was between the two, would you say Ben White is a 50 million signing and Holding is a 50 million? No, they're not. They're both not. But Holding is 20 at the most, and Ben White is 25 to 30 at the most. And I'll obviously take Ben White. He's younger. He's got more to prove as well. So yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, Holding may not be the best in the year, but losing out to a player like Grealish is a serious player.
Yeah.
But yeah, what you say, he got out jumped in the air by guys much smaller than him. Okay, this guy's got another comment. Let's look at last season. I never ever in my life seen a defender play like that. All headers against him. How can Arteta play Holding?
Exactly, mate.
Mikel Arteta's management style, though. He picks guys that.
Rickardo, mate. If you like what you see on this channel, you can subscribe to my channel, Drawnbydre. Just a little promote myself, another extra subscriber, mate. I
already subscribed, but I already have 1,000 subscribers, so you know I'm free.
Yeah,
easy.
I mean, I've just touched 160. So I mean, the more the better. I'm trying to get to old school's level to be 1K, but hopefully, yeah,
viewership anyway. You don't have my subscribers, but I think you definitely get as much views as my channels. Definitely. You just need subscribers, but it'll happen in time.
I just need subscribers, man. I just need subscribers.
You have more content on my channel, in fairness. But I'm like a part-time worker.
True.
Subscribers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, Rickardo, if you don't mind, just subscribe to my channel. It's called Drawnbydre. It's just spelt right there. It says Drawnbydre, one word, and yeah, it'll be a pleasure, mate. And Arsene Wenger lied about holding price. Yeah, I mean, Arsene Wenger did lie about a lot of stuff about certain stuff within players, but I mean, you got to just take that from it and take it as a plus, and we just move on, I guess. To be honest,
Arsene Wenger gave us the most successful period in the club's history.
Yeah,
but we could have won the Champions League too, guys. Let's not forget about that in 2006. We should have. We didn't. Honestly, the Champions League. It was close. Drawnbydre.
That's the channel.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, because maybe there's a few of them. But it's Drawnbydre. Check it out.
Thank you.
Yeah, easy. Right.
So let's head on to the next question.
Respect. I'm happy he's back. It's going to be an interesting season, especially when we play them. They'll beat us, no doubt about it. Okay, let's go on. Might be Old School Palace.
Old School Palace.
Daniel X takeover bid.
Oh.
It's gone quiet now again. Like you said, we just have to settle into the fact it's going to be Arteta and Kroenke. It's not going to change. Kroenke, he dismissed all of the offers just out of hand. He wasn't interested in it. Didn't want to know about it. That's basically it. He's not going to sell. So, what do you think about it?
We've touched on it earlier, and I think the whole world has. But it's gone a bit quiet now, and that's why everyone don't want to talk about it because it's not the hot topic at the moment. But yeah, just to touch on it from my point of view, it would have been good, but I don't think he had enough money to buy and maintain the club. I mean, there's only so much you can do as a fan.
Yeah.
But you need to be a businessman at the end of the day, and you need to have a good team on there to help as well. I mean, if you were to have the club, what would you? I don't know what you've done first. Would you have sacked Arteta? Would you have kept Arteta? Would you have changed something at the club? I think he would have kept.
I think he would have put down maybe 200 million. That's what I think he would have done right at the start. I think sooner or later, though, he would realise if he goes to any training sessions, if he sits down with Arteta, he'd realise that or if he talks to the players, he might actually realise Arteta's not who we need. When a new guy comes in, he's going to make changes after a while. I think Arteta would go. I think he would go. Because this guy probably knows a couple of guys himself. Maybe he has a bit of pull. I mean, he's probably know people through business. He might get us a better manager. Unfortunately, it looks like the takeover bid's not going to go through. I was hoping and praying it would. Hoping and praying.
Everyone was.
That's what Arsenal. People are dreaming some of the time. It's just not going to happen now. Not going to happen.
But you can just dream. Just a comment from Rickadu. Thanks for subscribing, by the way. Arteta's not bad. Let's see this season. If we do not get top 4, then he needs to leave because the only competition he has is the Premier League to focus on. Yep. I mean, we could win the FA Cup every now and again, and or the Carabao Cup. Maybe not because that's City's cup. But if we win the FA Cup again, everyone will want to keep him again to give him another leeway season. But in my opinion, he needs to get in the top 4. I mean, this is now the season where you need to get it. There's one game a week. I mean, at least we don't have the conference leagues like conference leagues like those mugs down the road. I mean, that conference league that's shambolic, honestly. That conference league, but yeah, those spuds down the road can enjoy that one and add that to the trophy cabinet.
Arsenal don't have the hope in hell come the top 4 in the new season. Not a chance, in my opinion. Unless we sign some serious players in the next month or so, I can't see us finishing top 4. Not with the competition out there. I can't see it. Our results are, a real lack of goals. The defense is shaky. I just can't see us getting top 4. It's very competitive now, Top 4 is a big ask. There's a lot of people moving in. It's going to be.
We need top 6, mate. Not top 4, top 6. We finished 8th twice in a row, I think.
Top 6, we need to get back where we belong. I mean, we do have better players than our league position suggests. That goes down to the manager.
I agree. There's no way Aubameyang is a 6th place striker. Or Lacazette or them lot. No way. But I think the player to look out for. I mean, when we get towards the end of this live, I'll ask Old School a couple of questions that I've got myself. But we're gonna flip the script a bit. But yeah, I think the one to look out for is Nicolas Pepe this season. That's what I'm gonna keep my eye on. That's what I'm keeping my eye on. But we'll have to see this season. I mean, I just miss Arsenal so much, but I miss it. But we always lose, which is kind of crap. But there's only so much you can wish for and hope for. So
we shouldn't go anyway because we can't actually affect it directly ourselves. We're supporting the club through thick and thin, as they say. I supported the club a hell of a long time. I've seen it all, more or less. The good times and the bad times. We should support the club to the end, of course, 100% behind the team.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest time at the moment, but it will pass. It will pass at some point. Let's just talk shortly about, I'll ask you first, or you can ask me first, but I have prepared a list of 2 players. If I could buy, who would I buy for Arsenal? You want to answer that first, or you want me to take it first?
Um,
Who players would you buy if you had your choice? Who would you buy for?
So
Yeah.
if we only had 2 players to buy the whole season, so only 2 players, and that's it.
No, well,
Okay.
two players that you would like to buy. You can
Okay,
mention
cool.
4 if you want to name 4. You can name 4. It's up to
I
you.
mean, what, realistic or a dream?
Players that you like that you could realistically see playing at Arsenal. Maybe that's fair to say, but my players may not be realistic, but these are 2 guys that we could desperately need in our team.
Yeah.
I can start if you want.
Yeah, go on, you start.
All right, the 2 players I have, of course, probably the best player in the Premier League last season, Jack Grealish. Big fan. If there's any way we could get our hands on that player, it doesn't need to be next season, the season after. There's any way we could actually secure that player. Jack Grealish, for me, like he showed against Germany with his ball in for the second goal, this guy can play, guys. He's got technical ability on the ball. He can beat a player. He can get to the line. And did you see the cutback for Harry Kane? Yeah. All Kane had to do was connect with it. He didn't, nothing special. He made a run. He made a move. He was onside. First touch was perfect. The ball in. I mean, Manuel Neuer couldn't come out. He had to stay where he was. He couldn't come out to get it. But when he stayed in goal, he knew he was going to be beaten. The ball in was pinpoint. It was on Kane's head. I mean, for me, Jack Grealish, he had a great season. He's a completely underrated. I mean, why he's not playing more, I can't understand. He's completely underrated for the England team I'm talking about. Second player, a guy who really impressed me at the Euros, Swedish player. He's their midfielder. He's at RB Leipzig, guys. Emil Forsberg. For those who don't know him, he's the guy with the long blonde hair smashing the ball in from 20 yards into the roof of the net. Very unlucky against the Ukraine. They got a red card, Sweden. Then Ukraine got the goal. That was the end of them. But they had a very good tournament, Sweden, and he was absolutely explosive in midfield. Anything that came his way, he had one thing on his mind. He was smashing the ball into the roof of the net. Serious player. He hit the post twice in that Ukraine game. 2 times he hit the post. I mean, keeper beaten, curling shot, out of nothing, guys. He picked it up, looked right, curled it off the post. Twice he did it in that game. Forsberg, for me, if we could get our hands on Forsberg, serious player. Midfielder, but attacking midfielder. He's dynamite, guys. Explosive. Like Freddie Lundberg in a way. And not just because they're both Swedish. Fierce similarities between himself and Lundberg. Okay, Lundberg played more far forward. He was more like the fox in the box. You know, he was in that 6-yard box area, Lundberg, a lot of the time. But Forsberg is a serious player. If we could sign him, I'd be very happy. What do you think of him, Forsberg? Player?
He's quality. He can play on either side. He can play on the left, through the middle. He can play as a centre forward, and he can play on the right. He's quality. But yeah, he's a good shout. I mean, he weren't in my 2. But yeah, that's a good shout. Also, that's a good shout.
Forsberg, he was brilliant at the Euros. I mean, I couldn't believe it was Sweden. I was looking up, and my mouth was just open. Some of his performances for Sweden, I just couldn't believe it. They started winning a lot of goals. The goal against Poland, they won it 3-2 right at the death. What a goal! I mean, and Poland. Yeah. Oh man, Poland were fighting for their lives. Great player. So what players would you be interested in if you could?
I mean, old school. Not to burst your bubble or nothing, but you know who else is having a great performance at the Euros? Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka's having a good performance.
No, so, to be honest, playing for Switzerland, anyone is going to look good. I mean, if a couple of Albanians, anyone is going to look good playing in the Switzerland midfield. Switzerland play ice hockey; they don't play football. So I lived there for 10 years. Xhaka, Brazil, take your wife with you.
Old school. You got to give them credit, man. You got to give the Swiss credit, man. Shaqiri.
Switzerland credit, but I won't give Xhaka credit. You know the old saying, one swallow doesn't make a summer. He played 3 games for them. The first one was absolutely rubbish. You're trying to trigger me now. You're trying to trigger me. The other 2 games, yeah, he didn't play bad. But man, for Arsenal, brutal.
I heard old school. I heard that Switzerland only got knocked out on penalties because their captain Xhaka wasn't in the team. But look at it like this: the game that they lost, Xhaka weren't in the
He
team.
didn't miss a penalty, did he? The 3 guys that missed the penalties are the reasons they got knocked out. They could have went through. But look, limited player. He's got a big ego. He's got a big mouth. And he got found out at the end of the day. And I mean, to be honest, a perfect example, man. A perfect example. He got himself. He was missing the game he missed against Spain. He was already on 1 yellow, man. He was already on 1 yellow.
Yeah.
Don't jump in like a headless chicken. You know what I mean? He's just not that
guy. Captain as well.
He is not. He couldn't hold a candle to Roy Keane, man. Roy Keane, 10 times the player he ever was. And Keane will take him in a fight as well. Keane will take him in a fight, no problem. So, let's say no more about it. He'd knock him all the way back to Albania with his blonde hair. No, let's just ask Alf Inge Haaland. Just ask Alf Inge Haaland. He knows all about Roy Keane. No.
Yeah.
And he, unfortunately, knows all about him. Okay, moving swiftly on. Xhaka. I'm not getting triggered anymore. Arteta, Kroenke.
Oh, yeah. So don't you want my 2 players?
I don't want to talk about Mikel Arteta anymore because I'm going to get aggressive.
Do you want my 2 players?
Yeah, please. Sorry.
I'll give you my 2 players.
I got triggered. I got triggered.
Yeah, you lost your head a bit there. I think the most important player that we need, I think we need a centre midfielder to partner Partey, and that man can be. He's Basuma, him or Renato Sanchez. It's so hard between the two, but moving more realistically, I'd love Basuma. Me being more realistic, he's Premier League proven. He's tall. I mean, he's mates with Pepe. He's African like Partey. They both speak the same language. The connection will be there. They know what they're doing. One can sit, one can go, one can sit. Vice versa, they know what they're doing.
It's like Yaya Toure kind of thing going on. He's definitely good, yeah.
What's that one?
Yaya Toure, the way he plays.
Yeah. He's a bit like him. He's like the regen.
Big guy. He can move.
Yeah.
Good with the ball. 1-2s.
Nice. Absolute class. Bissouma, I mean, he can shoot, he can pass, he's got the mentality as well. He can take a set piece now and again. I mean, he's quality, absolute quality. I mean,
if he doesn't get injured often, he's good.
Yeah, he does, but I mean, now and again, I mean, I think, well, with that, I think we've got the capability in midfield, like with Partey as well, to help him maybe not get. I mean, it could be, but look at it like that. Like Patini gets injured a lot. You could look at it like that. I mean, Grealish was out for 3 months of the season. You got to remember.
Great Thomas Partey. You think he can take us? You think he's good, Thomas Partey?
Yeah, I think so. I think having Xhaka next to him the whole season ain't gonna do him well, does it? Do you know what I mean? Him and Xhaka in midfield don't do well, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think we only played them because they were our two best in the positions. I think, but in my opinion, I think Partey and Basuma will do wonders. And another position that I think Jack Grealish, obviously, everyone's going to go with Jack Grealish. But in my opinion, I do like, what's that player called? If we're looking at a right back, I like a Hakimi from he's linked to Chelsea, I heard. But yeah, he's quality. I do like Hakimi. Quick, rockin', can shoot, can defend, good on the set piece as well. Do you know what I mean? He's very rapid. He's fast.
He is fast.
He is rapid. I mean, he's what Bellerin used to be. He's what Bellerin used to be, honestly. But and maybe Onana. I think I wanted him as well. But yeah, next question if you want to go on to it.
Okay. I'm going to move past the whole Arteta Kroenke thing. I think that's been done today.
Yeah, we've been covered.
Who's going to win the Euros then? Obviously,
it's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming to England.
England is going to win.
I think Italy going to win it. If it comes down to Italy, England, I think Italy have got. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, what's the hype about Italy?" what's the hype about England? I mean, Southgate, I don't know. Mancini is a much better manager than Southgate. I mean, everyone can say that. And he knows what to do with the Italian team. Italians know how to win free kicks. They've got Chiellini and Bonucci in the back, mate. And we've done it. Oh my god, they've got class.
They showed Belgium. They showed Belgium.
Yeah, Belgium are out.
Belgium, in my opinion, are a better team than England. They showed Belgium up for what they are. A little bit overrated, a little bit one-dimensional. You saw what they did to Belgium.
Yeah.
The goal,
They might mark Lukaku at the game. They let two men get on Lukaku. They made Lukaku get on his weak foot half of the time. They made Lukaku look uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? And that's only results in one thing: him not playing well.
Blunt. What's his name? That great player, Kevin De Bruyne. Man, they made him look pedestrian. I mean, he got a hold of the ball. When he got a hold of the ball, anyway, they really showed Belgium up for what they are, in my opinion, too. Though Belgium are a little bit overrated. Every time it comes to the big tournament, Belgium this, Belgium that. When it comes to the crunch, when it comes to the moment we have to stand up and win a game, a scrappy goal, anything,
they don't do
it. They can't quite. I know there's something lacking with Belgium. They're a little bit soft in the middle. Italy wanted it more, but Italy have very good players on the ball, and they're so attack-minded. It's attack with them, all-out attack. They're very dangerous in the forwards, and the whole team attacks. Mancini has got them bang on form.
Yeah.
I honestly hope that Denmark win. I hope that Denmark win, because Denmark have captured the imagination of everybody. What happened to poor Eriksen? Okay, he's a former sports player. Poor Eriksen. The players, the fans, everybody is 100% behind Denmark. They're riding on the crest of a wave. I honestly think that they have a chance to beat England. I think they're going to give England a hard game. It could go either way, I think 50-50. And I don't think we should underestimate how bad the Ukraine were. Not that England aren't good.
Yeah.
This is the best English team in 25 years, maybe. They have a great team, England. Wonderful players. But Ukraine are weak. Be careful. They should just be careful before the Denmark game, because Denmark are a very difficult team. It's going to be a 50-50
game. England shouldn't get overconfident, overcocky. They shouldn't get cocky. They should just play football how they normally play football. And they don't defend. If they defend against Denmark, it will just invite pressure. I mean, that centre back that they got, Kier, he's quality. Honestly, the captain, the leader. I mean, just shows that he knows how to play. He knows how to play football properly. But I think everyone's ruling out Spain. But in my opinion, I don't see Spain winning it one bit. I think they're the worst.
They won't get past Italy now.
They will not get past Italy. I don't think Italy will have them in the bag. Italy in the final, and I think England will be in the. I think England just have that little bit more than. I think Denmark will be burnt out. I personally want someone else other than I don't know. But I don't know. I'd say England's gonna win it. Come on, England. It's the country at the end of the day.
I think they have a chance. I fancy Italy. Italy has impressed me the most, but England have a chance, and they look to be improving. They're getting stronger, but they should be careful with the Denmark game. Denmark are well up for it, and you know how long this Denmark team has been playing together. I think they've been playing together for the last 3 years. From the left back to the striker, the goalkeeper, they know each other's game inside out. You know, they played us. They played the Irish team in, I think it was 3 years ago. We were in a playoff. We were in a playoff, I think, for the World Cup. And we played them. So we met them in the playoff. We drew with them 1-1 in Copenhagen. The game went back to Dublin. You know what happened in that game? It was 2-1 to Denmark with 15 minutes to go. You know what they did to us? They beat us 5-1 in the end. Denmark are the kind of team.
No mercy.
They're the kind of team, man. If they sense blood, it goes from 2-1 to 5-1. They're a serious team. I mean, the Czech Republic team that they beat is a very good team. I couldn't believe they beat them.
Czech Republic. I did like Czech Republic. That striker Schick, I did like him. He was class.
That goal against Scotland made me cry. I loved it.
Yeah.
See the Scots' faces, they were like this.
Yeah, they were confused.
All the drunken Scots inside the stadium, and they were like this. I just laughed. What a goal. What a finish. What the goal he was doing, it doesn't matter. He just looked up and cracked it in, and all the Scots were like this. Drunk, they were drunk.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I love the headline, Scotland take over London. They didn't take over London at all. They didn't even look over London. Didn't their
You know what I mean?
Peckham. Go out to Peckham.
Yeah.
Try to take over Peckham. They wouldn't last 5 minutes out in Peckham. I was living there. I was living in Peckham.
Yeah.
They wouldn't respect the Peckham. They took over London. Go out to Peckham. So, let's move on. Someone wrote there something. Yes, Andre. Who is that?
I don't know who that is.
Someone, I think you have.
I think I might know who it is as well. I think I might know who it is, but
it's like some hot 19-year-old blonde. Anyway, let's keep it clean. Old school, show us your big guns. Who the hell is that? I'll drop my pants and show you something, son. No.
Old school, what? Wow, you know what I mean?
Guns are here, boss. I got a bigger gun down below. Right, let's move on. Whoever you are, I don't like fellas. I like the ladies.
Old school, man, you legend.
I've one lady now, so I'm not up for any more. Anyway, let's move on before I get banned off YouTube.
Make sure everyone goes to Old School second channel with his little videos that I see on this channel. Quality videos.
My second channel, yeah, that's my channel I have with my wife. Yeah.
His little second channel. Big him up, man.
Yeah, it's a little channel, but it's going alright, you know.
Yeah.
It's a bit of fun. I'm just going to mention about a friendly that Arsenal have coming up. It's our first friendly, guys. It's the next game for us. We're playing at Easter Road, 13th of July. Arsenal are taking on Hibernian. So just a little bit of information. Nancy behaviour. I don't know. It takes one to know one, my friend. No. Haters got a hater. Anyway, let's have a look. So Arsenal are playing Hibernian, guys, on the 13th of July. Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to talk about before we call it and all that, before we finish up?
I just like to say, I heard Arsenal having another preseason game, two preseason game against Spurs and Chelsea. I think maybe we can. That's going to be like in August time or something, early August or something. So, yeah, just want to make sure the people know on Old School's channel and all of that. And then, yeah, thanks for having me on again. Make sure you lot subscribe to my channel, please. Drawnbydre. It's in the title as well. I think if you just at me or something.
Good luck to Denmark against England. I'll be praying for them.
Yeah.
All the best to Denmark.
All the best to Denmark. All the best to England.
All the best to England and all the best to Bukayo Saka because he's going to feature in the game. All the best to England and the best to Denmark too. And Italy and Spain. It's been a good tournament and hopefully there'll be some good games coming up. There should be good 2 semis. I don't know. Can you get a ticket?
Yeah.
I doubt it, right? It's difficult to get a ticket. Right?
Tickets are very expensive. Did
you see True got kicked out of Wembley? Did you see that?
Yeah. I saw that because he was filming. He was doing a vlog or something.
It was classic. What a video. I just had to watch it. All right. Thanks for coming on the show. I appreciate it. Yeah. Everybody, check out his channel, Drawnbydre. Every week he does his possession-based podcast. You should definitely any other YouTubers out there that want to collab with either of us? Yeah, we're open for it. We're up for it. Yeah, that's basically it. Take it easy, guys. Check out our channels.
Yeah, I just like
to stop those. I'm going to cut the comments now. I'm going to cut those comments. Here we go.
Yeah, just cut them.
Okay, there we go. There's a teenager. Some teenager was some 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Some 13-year-old has got a problem.
But yeah, also thanks for having me on. Drawnbydre yet again on the channel name. And yeah, thanks for having me on. And peace, people. Thank you.
All right, guys. See you next time. I will be streaming on Stephen Feakley TV tomorrow. He's invited me on his channel, on his show. We're going to talk about England, unfortunately, for him.
You can give me a little shout out when you go there, Old School. Sorry to cut you.
I'll give you a shout out at the start.
Cheers.
No problem. Pleasure. And thank you for coming on the show. Take it easy, guys, and see you next time.
See ya.